of the solid waste agreement renewal and roll cart collection system. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tim.
Good afternoon.
Want me to start?
Yeah, Gary's worked most recently through LSI's attorney on the franchise agreement.
Yep. Thank you. As the council indicated, the council last fall, early winter, exercised its renewal by failing to not say they were going to renew. So we now have a franchise agreement for sanitation with Latah Sanitation through September 30th, 2023. So as part of that, the council indicated they were not going to grant an exclusive franchise. However, they wanted certain things to be done. They wanted some negotiated changes to the franchise agreement that would clean the agreement up and make it easier to deal with, less calculations, less administrative costs, that sort of thing. And we're prepared to move ahead with those at any time. The large piece of the change had to do with the rollout carts that were also noticed on today's agenda. The council approved rollout carts in 3 different sizes, 35, 65, and 95 were the 3 options that were discussed at the June 2012 workshop and were then put in the fee resolution for August of 2012 to take effect October 1st of 2012. That's what we had prepared the budget with, that's what the proposed fees were set with, and that's what we intended to proceed with when we submitted our contract amendments to Latah Sanitation in late July of 2012. The issue of exclusive, LSI's desire to have an exclusive franchise delayed us for the balance of that year. So when the council moved ahead with the renewal of the franchise in November, it also instructed staff to move ahead with the rollout system. However, we were instructed to take that issue back to the Sustainable Environment Commission for review. Tim is set to talk to them tomorrow evening, as a matter of fact. Chair Scott Fidel has indicated that he'll give time to go ahead. We've already presented to Sustainable Environment twice last year, and they indicated at that time that they were comfortable with the program. So as soon as the rollout carts are, the program is defined, then we can proceed and get that program moving ahead with Latah Sanitation. We need to know what it's going to entail. Also, there has been some discussion about single stream recycling. That's not part of the rollout program, and the council has never given specific instructions on whether they wish to move ahead with that or not. We'll deal with that issue once we get the rollout garbage program dealt with.
Question. You said it was sent back to Sustainable Environment. By who?
The instruction we received was when in November the council instructed us to move ahead. There was a discussion at that time about whether the sizes were appropriate or if there was going to be any discussion about
not
having...
by the council.
Yes, there was discussion by the council. The council never gave specific instructions except in the fee resolution that the 3 sizes were appropriate.
And I do have a memory that during that fee resolution discussion, we also included maintaining a 0 option as set within the fee. So whether or not we go through with that, that's not been.
We talked about it. It wasn't actually.
I think it's still set within the. I think it's still set within FY13 to exist.
I don't.
Not to my memory.
We didn't associate a cost with it. The discussion from the council was that they wanted to talk about it some more, which we took direction to bring it back. At
Well,
that
I certainly
point,
want to talk about it more.
No, I understand. And
We wanted to talk about it more. Yeah. I guess we're going to. I have a question about, currently there's a base rate.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you're doing, you're going to pay that.
Which exists now.
Which exists now. Is there technology that would, I've heard smart carts or smart totes or something like that, where if somebody, basically it'd be kind of like the tag system, and they'd get charged when their cart rolled out, basically, is what it would amount to. Is there technology like that, and are we close to having that? I mean, we're not close to having the rollouts, but if we rolled out, how hard would it be to get that sort of technology to where basically it'd be like buying a tag because you're only getting charged as you're getting dumped?
I believe the technology is out there. It would be difficult at this point in time to manage that type of a cafeteria system. But I think the technology's out there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if is that something on our end or on Latah's end, or
Probably both.
Yeah, if I can respond to that. When Tim brought this program forward well over a year ago, he indicated there are barcodes, there are computer chips, there are lots of things you can do. However, it does cost significant administrative expense. Whether it's LSI's issue or it's our issue, the ratepayer ends up paying
Right.
us. We in turn pay LSI for the services that we contract. So really doesn't make a difference. But yes, we believe it can be done.
well,
but
and no matter what, the base rate's going to go up. I mean, that has been programmed
yeah.
for a while now, I think, as far as the.
Yeah, if I can comment about that too, there have been, I think in some of the emails that have been going around, I think some people are laboring under the misconception that we do not have a volume-based system. We've had a volume-based sanitation system since 1993, which is to say, just like our water system, you pay a base rate, which in the water system gives you access to 700 cubic feet of water or something like that, a base amount of water, and then you're
No,
billed.
it's zero.
Okay, excuse me? Now it's zero? I just need a nod. Thank you. Okay, excuse me, I'm 2 years behind the times. So you pay basically for the system, having access to the system, but you don't get to use the system to get rid of your garbage until you pay the volume. And that system's been in place since 1993. So whether you're talking 35, 65, 95, or you're talking some other combination, it is a volume-based system. Whether you generate garbage or not, you will pay the base rate if you are in a residence or you are in a billing unit.
Tom?
My feeling about that is that, yes, I agree. However, I think we lose a significant representation of that volume-based billing if we don't have a zero option. If we go to a system where right now people can buy a tag and once every 2 months or whatever they want and say, okay, my can is now going out for this
Sure.
2-month period of time and pay for that.
But they have been paying the base rate.
Understandable.
They will continue
I do.
to
That's
pay the
what
base
I do.
rate.
Right, I pay the base rate. So the base rate still exists, but the volume part of the rate, we lose a significant portion of the incentive benefit if we don't have a zero. If the first option is 35, then we lose that incentive.
If I may clarify? Oh,
Well, there is no base rate in the new cart fee structure. Is that correct?
The base rate is included in the cart rate structure.
But there is no base rate per se.
No, and it was presumed that there would be
Different
that.
sized carts cost incrementally larger amounts,
Correct.
and there is no separate single base rate.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Just to make
calculated
sure we're
in.
on the same page. You had something.
yeah. Tom, when you say a zero volume, are you talking about like a tag system where, I mean, nobody
Something like
generates no garbage. They don't. It's almost a physical impossibility to generate no garbage.
Some of us generate extremely small amounts.
I understand that.
And 35 would be
Unless the clothing
More
you're
than a
wearing
year's
vaporizes when you're done with it, though, you're generating some garbage. So what you're saying is not having a volume every week that is significant enough to put out. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, and or monthly,
Okay.
perhaps.
Okay,
I mean, it's
and-
like 35 is a huge amount. I mean, for me, if I if I attached a 95-gallon container to the back of my bike, I could take it camping and
Sure.
sleep in it. I mean,
Understand.
it's a camper for me. I mean, it's a different way of looking at the world, but
But you don't have a family of 4 teenagers.
no,
or-
I'm
or-
not,
Yeah.
but not everybody. We don't have to accommodate only families of 14 with our billing system. I'm just saying that I want to make sure that we have the full complement of choices for our
Sure.
residents. That's what I'm saying.
And I-
Gary,